Perfect. 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 The Philadelphia 76ers absolutely demolished the Atlanta Hawks in Game 2 by a final score of 118-102. The Sixers even up the series at 1. Joel Embiid is an absolute monster. Ben Simmons clamps Trae Young, and the Sixers get an unexpected spark off of the bench to help pull the game away. What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back to Philly Take with RB. You know what to do. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, and ding that notification bell so you are instantly notified whenever I upload or go live. Usually we're on the play-by-plays every game, and we have been covering the entire playoffs throughout the channel. But last night, took a little trip down to Wells Fargo, and shout out to my guys DJ Eastwood, Run It Back Philly, and Philly Chase. They were awesome, man. Really cool dudes, and I enjoyed watching the game with them, and it was just cool seeing, you know, a lot of the sights and the experiences. And shout out to the few of you that also came up to me or DJ and said, "What's up? You guys are truly amazing." What a game. What an environment. The Wells Fargo was bumping. It was lit. You know, just whether it's Embiid going to the line and everybody chanting MVP, whether it's everybody telling Tony Brothers that he sucks at his job, whether it was Shake Milton coming in and knocking down a huge shot and everybody's just going crazy. What an environment, man. If you have the ability to go to a playoff game or even just a Sixers game, you should want to go, and because you're going to look back and say, I wished I saw Joel Embiid play. This guy is unreal, man. Like, seeing it up close right in front of your face, it's surreal, and the crowd loves him. The players feed off the crowd feeds off the players. It is a truly amazing environment, and it was a lot of fun. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter at RBPhillyTake if you want to see some of the pictures and videos I took of us behind the scenes stuff. So go ahead and check that out. But look, man, the Sixers got it done. This was the Sixers team I expected to step up. And you know what? I'm going to go back to my prediction in 5 games. Because if you remember in my preview video, I said, okay, the Sixers will win in 5 if Joel Embiid looks healthy, right? If he looks fully healthy, if he can do all the normal things he does. And then I said the Sixers will win in 7 if he's kind of banged up and misses a game or 2. Let me tell you something right now. From seeing it in front of my face, Joel Embiid is unreal, man. He is absolutely unreal. A 40-piece out of Joel, 13 for 25 from the field, 12 for 16 from the line. Everybody feeding off this guy, and he just loves it, man. He's absolutely unreal. 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And, you know, last night, Jokic got announced MVP. Joel even talked about it after the game, saying it was disappointing. Well, I actually think it's good because he wasn't going to win it anyway because he missed too many games. Now he's going to use this as motivation and just keep getting hungrier. But yo, off of one leg, essentially, I forget Joel has a torn meniscus. I really do, because he looks that good. He looks sharp. He's just doing all the normal things. And because he's able to do that, like I said on my original prediction, I'm going to go back to Sixers in 5. Told you guys the Hawks would not shoot 23s a game. I told you the Sixers would not miss 10 more free throws than the Atlanta Hawks. Those were just uncharacteristic things. Now, don't get me wrong. The Hawks still have great three-point shooting. They're still hungry and this and that. But the Sixers are the overall more skilled roster, and we're just the better team, right? We have the experience. We're the better team. And last night was, you know, imitating what I thought this series would be like. So shout out to them, man. But I have to start this with Shake Milton, okay? Because call it what you want. Maybe we coin this as the Shake Milton revival game. This dude was amazing, man. Shake Milton was absolutely crazy. He comes off the bench with 14 points. Now, as soon as he got subbed in, me, DJ, Philly Chase, we put our head in our hands. We were moaning and complaining. We were talking to the guys around us in our section. They're like, yo, calm down. He's gonna finally get going. And we're like, why are you putting Shake Milton in the game? First and foremost, Doc had a good game. He adjusted, and this is the thing, right? Doc is listening. He is listening, because in the past, he would take way too long to adjust. Now he'll have a bad game, but you can tell he's listening, right? You could tell, because first off, he makes the adjustment that I love. Furkan Korkmaz misses a couple shots. He comes right out of the game, does not come back in. And that was a great adjustment from Doc. And I thought, you know, I've been saying that needs to happen. If Furkan doesn't have it, get him out of there. What else did he do? He didn't bring the all-bench lineup in. He left Tobias in. He left Ben and Joe in. Like, He did not go with the all-bench lineup, and, well, we've been yelling at him for how long now? And he went and followed suit, and it helped us out in the end. And he just did other things. I thought Doc made good adjustments, and obviously with Shake Milton. Now, people on Twitter are trying to say this was like a season-saving move. Maybe it was. They're saying it was so intelligible by Doc Rivers. Let's be honest, okay? No, it wasn't. Doc got lucky. Doc got lucky, but I have to give him credit for going with his gut instinct. He took Tyrese Maxey off the floor. Maxey didn't get a lot of minutes. He didn't get anything in the third quarter. He brought Shake Milton in, and Shake just absolutely exploded. Now, in addition to the 14 points, 5 for 8 from the field for Shake Milton, what I saw was the Shake Milton from earlier this season. Actually, the Shake that I went out on a limb and said would be 6th man of the year Shake Milton. He was confident, finding his spots on the floor. He was letting it fly from deep, and he just looked like a new man. Maybe he's taking it personal that he doesn't have a spot in the rotation anymore. And listen to this. I would go as far to say this, and maybe this is a hot take. Record it, write it down, whatever. I think Doc Rivers is going to go with Shake Milton at the first substitution next game. I think Shake has earned his minutes back from last night. Would I personally do that? No. But will Doc Rivers? I just have a gut feeling he will. I have a gut feeling he will. But Shake was the spark plug that we needed off the bench. Our bench had no points in the first half compared to 32 for the Hawks. We needed some production, and Shake Milton came in and absolutely got it done. And he expanded the lead from 8 to however many up we went. And Shake was the man. Shake was the man, and I got to give him credit because he looked really good. Now, Sixers came out, and, you know, they went on a huge start in this game. And a main part of that was because of Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris had 16 in the first quarter, 11 for 19 from the field for the game, 22. He kind of went quiet the rest of the game. I feel like it didn't run that much through Tobias Harris, but 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Tobias had an overall good game. And I liked I just liked his overall game. And this is what we continually expect from Tobias, and that's what he gave us. The 22 points. That was enough for me. And he kind of set the precedent for the rest of this game. Like, he came out and he showed that we weren't going to mess around with our food. He showed that we were business, right? And he came out right away and did his thing. Seth Curry, unbelievable, man. 8 for 13 from the field, 5 for 6 from deep. His shot, seeing it in real life for the first time, it's so structured. Like, it's just money, man. It just looks so good, to be honest. 21 points from Seth. And let me tell you something. Seth Curry's been on a run throughout these playoffs, and if he can continually give us 20 points, like, we have a shot at beating anybody. Seth Curry's a huge key, especially with a guy like Danny Green, who went 1 for 5 from 3. He's been struggling. He's got to really find his spot here in the playoffs. Hasn't really done so yet, but Seth Curry has stepped up, and he's playing really well, man. And if he can somehow keep up this hot stretch, we have a good shot at beating anybody. I touched on Joel. There's not much more else to say. Like, on both ends of the floor, even on the pick and rolls, right? I thought our pick and roll defense stepped up a lot this game, and that was another adjustment we needed to make, right? We were switching. We were coming up and stuffing the ball handler. Joel got caught a couple times in between. One time, Capella threw it down on him. Joel went down the other end and threw it down one hand. He's just unreal, man. He's doing crossover step backs. He's isolating. Joel Embiid is just unreal. And, you know, like I said, years down the road, we're going to look back and say Embiid-esque. Like, this dude is that special, and he's going to take us where we need to go. Ben Simmons. What do I say? So, Ben Simmons, his defensive play in this game was one of the top reasons we won this game. He absolutely clamped Trae Young. Another thing I've been saying, which I said in a preview video, use a combination of Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle and absolutely pest the heck out of Trae Young. Just be a pest all game, right up in his face, in his ear. And Trae Young actually started to get passive in this game because he was dishing it off too much to Kevin Huerter and Bogdanovich. And those guys played well, right? Like, Bogdanovich had 14, Huerter had 20 off the bench, Gallinari had 20 off the bench. And, you know, I still don't expect some of them role players to get 20 points a game, but they were playing well. John Collins was off 4 for 11 from the field. Trae Young was 6 for 16, 1 for 7 from deep with 21 points. He started to just pass it off because he could not do anything. Ben Simmons' defense was amazing. He clamped Trae Young. That's what we need him to do. Took him out of the game. And Matisse Thybulle, when he came in as well, Ben had 2 steals and a block, and Matisse came in and he was just all over Trae Young. He had a bucket kept himself in this game, and Matisse did a lot of things that didn't really show up on the box score, but he was just all over. There was one possession I remember where Matisse was just all over Trey, and Trey was trying to get the ball back after dishing it off to Herter, and he couldn't even get it back. Like, Matisse was just all over him, and Ben, honestly, he just took Trey out of the game. And one thing that I will go by in this series that I really liked was when I said Trae Young is the Energizer Bunny of this Hawks team, right? You take him out mentally, you take out the flow of the Atlanta Hawks, and they got a lot of tough buckets on a lot of tough shots, but taking Trae out of this game, taking him off the floor essentially, was just, it was great, and it carried throughout the rest of the defensive scheme. But Ben Simmons, other than the defense, on the offensive side, it was inexcusable. It's ugly. He had 4 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. He just kept dishing it off. There was times right there. The Sixers started out really hot in this game. Then the Atlanta Hawks started to come back. And well, let's take a pause in this as we go on our 1 minute rant about the officials. I really feel that the officials changed the momentum of this game. Late first, early second, Tony Brothers, Scott Foster. It was just atrocious, man. It was terrible. They were calling ticky foul, tacky foul. It was like, come on, bro. Let them play. Get off the whistles. There was about 3 of these plays where Matisse Thybulle was on Trae Young and they blew the whistle late, and it's like we're looking at the replay on the big board. It's like, come on, man. There was one where they called it late on Joel Embiid. There was one where Ben Simmons literally set a screen and got called for a foul, and everybody throughout the arena, refs, you suck. Like, we were just going nuts. The officiating is bad. It's bad every game. I don't know why I keep talking about it for a minute every video, but just because I got to see it, in front of me, it was crazy, man. And the rest were just bad. They were just bad once again on both sides. But some of these terrible fouls on the Sixers, like if you remember that play from Game 1 with Matisse and Trae, there were about 3 of those this game, and well, it is what it is. It was terrible. But anyway, back to Ben Simmons. On the offensive side, there is no excuse for having 3 shot attempts, okay? The Atlanta Hawks came back in this game. They ended up actually retaking the lead, and, well, they were just fighting right back. And I feel like they got right back into it, and we needed a guy like Ben to step up and be aggressive. He wasn't doing so. Don't give me this formula how he created 39 points of offense. No, he could have been more aggressive. He wasn't, but his defense was key in winning this game, and I'll take that. If you can take Trae Young out of the game, fine, I'll take that. In the future, though, against some of these other juggernauts like the Nets, Ben's going to have to step up and be more aggressive on the offensive side. There's nothing else. Like, there was actually one possession where we were laughing because Ben was in the dunker spot on Lou Williams, and he just wasn't going for it. And there were a couple offensive rebounds, seeing it right there. I thought Ben could have at least tried to go up and get, but it's just who he is, just the type of player he is. But again, his defense helped win us this game, and I will take that. The bench was In the first half, they were non-existent. Tyrese Maxey was 0 for 2. He might lose his minutes now because, again, he took him out. Doc, I feel like, might rock with Shake Milton. Furkan airball twice. I was telling him he sucked. Matisse Thybulle's defense was great. Not a lot that showed up on the box score. It was great. Dwight Howard came in and just did what Dwight Howard had to do. 6 points. He was a little energy spark there. George Hill, I thought, was again slow. Maybe it's time to start having a conversation about George Hill, right? I feel like we need a little more from George Hill. I feel like this is what we went out and got him for, right? To run that second unit. And there were some interesting lineups from Doc Rivers, but maybe we need a little bit more from George Hill, man. Maybe that's something we need to start talking about. But overall, the Hawks bench had 2 players that went off, Gallinari and Herter. Trae Young was taken out of the game, and when you take him out, you're also taking out actually a guy like Clint Capella, right? Because he had a couple of alley-oops. He's a lob threat, but other than that, Capella has no business on offense. He has no business guarding Embiid either on defense, and we're just too much for the Hawks when we are on like this. The Sixers shot 46% from 3. We shot we didn't do well again from the line, but overall we were just up too much near the end. They went to hack a Ben. Ben actually got benched twice in the fourth quarter because, one, Doc didn't want him to keep getting fouled, and eventually we thought it might come to this. And the other time, it just seemed like he wanted an actual point guard on the floor, whether that was Shake or George Hill. Overall, he's going to have to keep hitting them free throws, man. He's going to have to keep hitting them. He went to the line once, missed both of them, so we'll see what happens. But again, the Sixers controlled this game with their pace and on the defensive side with their energy. 8 blocks, 10 steals. We assisted 29 assists on 46 made shots. That's beautiful in my eyes. That's great basketball. And again, we made the shots from 3. The Hawks only shot 36%. And we were just running the tempo, man. In game 1, we played into the Hawks style of play. In game 2, I felt like we controlled the pace and we dominated the game. I feel like there was a burden lifted off our shoulders. It's 1-1. We have to win at least one of the next 2. Both of them would be nice in ATL. And we'll see what happens, man. I know the Hawks are going to come back hungry. The Sixers have to keep up the same kind of intensity. Those are just my thoughts, man. What a night. Shout out to everybody, especially who was in the live stream as we were at the Wells Fargo. But give me all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What did you see from this game? What kind of adjustments are you looking for? Give me all your thoughts in the comment section. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back on the play-by-play next game. You guys have a great one, man. Peace.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.